G'day guys, Dave Lee coming at you once again with another book review. In this video we'll be taking a look at the first Disney history book from Studio Press, Mickey Mouse Museum, the story of an icon, designed to celebrate the 90th anniversary of Mickey Mouse. The volume is not attributed to any author, but instead presented as the work of the publisher and the Walt Disney Animation Research Library. Mickey Mouse Museum is not actually a catalogue for a real museum or exhibition as many have confused it for, but instead a book which aims to tell the story of Mickey Mouse's 90-year history as if it were in fact a catalogue for an exhibition on Mickey, or was a museum within pages. First thing that surprised me about this volume is how large it actually is, dimension-wise at least. The book measures 28 by 40 centimeters. While large in size, the book does, however, lack in pages, with a length of only 96 pages in total. Yes, this is a pretty small book, content-wise. Of course, Mickey Mouse Museum comes hot off the heels of another book which focuses on the history of Mickey, the Taschen volume, Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse, The Ultimate History. While you can see here that Mickey Mouse Museum's dimensions match up fairly closely to the Taschen book, at exactly 400 pages less, this is clearly the lighter and less in-depth volume. I mean, just look at these two lined up together. But more on that later. The book currently markets for a regular retail price of $25 US, about a tenth of the regular retail price of the Taschen book, but can be bought on special at Book Depository, where I've seen it as low as 45% off, and managed to get this copy for myself for around $11 US with free shipping. For those who wish to purchase this book, I will leave an affiliate link down in the description and comments below. As you may be able to see here, the Mickey Mouse Museum doesn't have an incredibly lavish cover, but for a fairly understated book with a pretty low price point, I think that's perfectly fine. But the cover design is incredibly nice, modern and simplistic, and is given some extra spunk thanks to that shiny spot gloss used on the Mickeys on the front, and that gold foil 90th anniversary insignia prominent on the top corner. As shown before, the book's spine is quite thin, measuring around 1.5 centimeters. The spine isn't all that fancy either, but there really isn't room for it to be. I admire the effort to include the 90th anniversary insignia at the top though, a very nice touch. The back cover is fairly plain as well, but in its simplicity, it gets the job done. We have a nice graphic of Mickey's evolution, tracing his history from the late 1920s until around the 1950s, as well as a blurb which reads, "Welcome to the Mickey Mouse Museum. The museum is open all hours. It houses an astonishing collection of Mickey Mouse artwork, showcasing the progression in his design from his very first appearance to the present day. Inside you will discover rarely seen images from the Disney archives, from original concept drawings to final artwork. Enter here to explore the remarkable history of Walt Disney's most iconic creation." Again, I can understand how this faux museum idea may be confusing for some, but I think that this is such a wonderful and unique way to present this book and topic which has been covered so exhaustively in the past. For me personally, this layout sets this book apart from the rest. So now, let's take a quick peek inside the book. The book opens with this gorgeous typography of Mickey in his various appearances over the last 90 years, as the beautiful simplicity of the cover spills into the book's pages. After a couple of title pages and a preface by Fox Carney, the manager of research at the Disney Animation Research Library, we come to the book's table of contents. Carrying on with the museum theme, the book is divided into a number of chapters, each of which resemble a section that you might find in a museum exhibition, and each covering a specific aspect of Mickey's history, evolution, and impact on popular culture. I'm going to give you an incredibly quick flick through of the book where I'll be able to show you what you can expect from its many sections and give you a bit of a feel for it. As always, however, I won't be showing you the entire book, as I'd love to leave that magic of exploring it by yourself with fresh eyes for when you get it in hand. The entrance aims to give us a brief history of Mickey Mouse. There's a very short expedited bio on Walt Disney himself, followed by an incredibly simple and streamlined timeline of Mickey's most iconic and important moments, starting with the inception of the Walt Disney Company in 1923 right through to 2018. This is then followed by a brief overview of the conception and importance of Mickey himself. It Was All Started by a Mouse aims to give a little more background to Mickey and his conception, telling the story in a little more in-depth yet still simple way. The chapter also touches on Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Disney's original creation which preceded Mickey. The Friends gives us a small overview on each of Mickey's supporting cast and gives small details on their conception and their more prominent appearances. Mickey merchandising tells of Walt's revolutionary decision to turn Mickey into a pop culture icon and brand, and covers all sorts of various Mickey Mouse merchandise from the last 90 years. Animated Mickey is a wonderful little chapter which gives a brief look at Mickey's various eras and how his design, personality, and influence has changed over time. Here we get more fleshed out looks at some of Mickey's most prominent moments, shorts, and media appearances. Mickey at Large covers Mickey's impact on not only American culture, but on the world stage, briefly addressing how the character impacted popular culture around the world, as well as a small write-up on how Walt's ideas for a Mickey Mouse park led to the creation of Disneyland, a place in our hearts. Furthermore, explores Mickey's impact on not only our culture, but our lives and nostalgia. And 90 years on shows us a look at how Mickey has evolved well into the 21st century and gives us an idea of how the character can continue to evolve into the future. The book is even capped off by an index which is quite cutely called The Library. As you can see, the Mickey Mouse Museum is an incredibly simplistic yet beautifully stylistic book. I love that the opening page for each chapter carries across the typography theme with various versions of Mickey appearing throughout, though not in any real particular order. Outside of Taschen's volume, Mickey Mouse Museum is easily the nicest book I've seen on the topic, and one which offers a wider spectrum of information on it. Obviously, in a volume of its size, there are many glaring omissions, but for what it is, I'll overlook it. The book is naturally fairly light on information, but makes an effort to balance the amount of text it offers with the number of images and photographs it does. And while it is a very simplistic, more condensed overview of Mickey's life and times, almost a best bits compilation, compared to Taschen's Warts and All compendium, Mickey Mouse Museum offers enough to satisfy a more casual reader and gets its job done very well. While Taschen's may be the ultimate book on the topic for serious fans, Mickey Mouse Museum, while it may appeal to Disney buffs, completists, and collectors, mainly does aim itself towards that aforementioned casual reader, younger readers, or someone who wants an easy gateway into Mickey and Disney history, or just a nice, more budget-friendly souvenir of Mickey's landmark anniversary. When I ordered this book, I really had no idea of what to expect, but I have to say that I am wonderfully impressed, not only by its design and simplicity, but for the fact that it manages to pull through as one of the better books focused on Mickey and his history, and a beautifully accessible volume for readers of all ages, with text that is never watered down for younger readers at the expense of the older ones. This book comes with a very high recommendation from myself to anyone in the demographic bracket, and at its incredible price point, I think it is a great buy. Though if you are someone who is incredibly happy with your behemoth Taschen book, you won't find anything new here and can probably give this one an easy pass, unless you love Mickey as much as I do. If you do want something more substantial and are only in the market for one Mickey book, the Taschen volume is the way to go. If you're interested in taking a proper look at Taschen's volume, you can check out my review and unboxing of it via the hyperlink at the end of the video. But at that, this was my small review for Studio Press's Mickey Mouse Museum, The Story of an Icon. Once again, I've left affiliate links in the description and comments below for those interested in purchasing the volume. Thanks to old mate Rick for helping me with the filming of this video while I'm away overseas. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos, you like what you've seen, you'd like to see more like this in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen right now, and also hit that like button down below if you're feeling extra generous. Also, don't forget to check out my many social media accounts, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.